In this video I'm going to be talking to you about adding plumbing pipes. Plumbing systems include sanitary, domestic hot water and domestic cold water, as we can see in this example here. The pipes in a system connect plumbing fixtures together and indicate how the network is laid out, such as this. You can draw the pipes independently or using connectors in the fixtures. Pipes can be drawn in plan, elevation, section and 3D views. To get the pipes at the right height, it is recommended to start from the connectors in the plumbing fixtures. Fittings between changes of height or size are automatically applied as you model the elements. But before you start all these adding pipes, there's a few things that you need to review and modify, and these are located in the mechanical settings. These settings are to suit your project or office standards, and these can be used to control pipe settings, including general pipe settings, i.e. standard slope values, default pipes, offsets, annotation, etc. Conversion settings for automatic pipe layouts, segmentation sizes, and pressure drop calculation methods. To locate the mechanical settings dialog box, we need to go to the Systems tab and then click on the arrow here under the mechanical area, this one, mechanical settings. But also take note that if we also click it under the pipe, plumbing and piping, it also opens up the same mechanical settings. They're sort of linked together. Ductwork for the mechanical, pipe work for the plumbing, but since mechanical uses plumbing as well, that's why they're linked together. The mechanical settings are set by project and be included in templates or imported into a project from another project using the project transfer standards. Okay, so let's look at adding a pipe. I'll just quickly copy this basin. As you can see from clicking on it, we've now got the connectors that we've got here. This is the out sanitary drainage, this is the in cold, and this is the in hot. The process of adding standard, flex or placeholder pipes is essentially the same. There are several ways to start the commands. System, and then using this plumbing and piping panel, click the appropriate command or the shortcut. So we've got pipe, we've got pipe placeholder, and then we've also got flexible pipe. If we select over the item, the fixture itself, we can connect in by clicking on the icon, create pipe, and it automatically establishes a pipe connected to the item based on the standards of that connection. So in other words, it already tells us the diameter of the pipe and the elevation that it needs to be at. If we right click on the item itself, we also get the same options, draw pipe. There's another alternative method of doing it. Also, before we continue on, you also have the options to change the type of pipe that you wish to use, whether it be standard, PVC, domestic waste, copper, etc. If you're drawing a pipe without actually starting off at a fixture, you'll have a lot more control over the heights that these will go at. Top, middle and bottom elevation. Usually pipe work is calculated based on the middle elevation. That's why this shows up in the top ribbon options bar here. Now whilst we're still in this command still, I'll just talk to you about these placing options that we've got for the pipe. Obviously this one speaks for itself, and it's already highlighted the automatically connect, the on-off button. Pipes connect to other pipes and automatically place all of the required fittings. Toggle this option off if you want to draw a pipe that remains in the original elevation. Even if automatically connect is not toggled on, when you snap to a connector, any changes in height and sizes are applied with the appropriate fittings. Justification. This button opens the justification setting dialog box, which enables you to set the default settings for the horizontal justification, horizontal offset and vertical justification. Next we have the inherent elevation. If the tool is toggled on and you start modelling a pipe by snapping to an existing one, the new pipe takes on the elevation of the existing one regardless of what is specified in the settings that you've got here. The inherent size on off. If the tool is toggled on and you start modelling pipe by snapping to an existing one, the new pipe takes on the size of the existing one regardless of what's specified, again shown here. So let's say we want to start off by drawing a pipe. System, pipe. We're going to leave this at 25 and at 900. We're not going to be connected to anything because we're going to draw a pipe to here. So we've gone horizontal at 900. Going down here, we've got the options of domestic hot water or cold. But since I've already in this command, it's now greyed out. But we're at 900 and we've gone horizontal here. At this point, we wish to go up higher. Type it in and continue drawing. Now it may look like nothing's happened because we're in plan view, but if we look in the center a little bit closer, you can see that we've got something added in there. If we put a section view in to view this, I'll try and put in a straight one. I'll put it on fine mode, and we can see that this was our pipe at 900, and then when we told it to change height to 1200, this is our new pipe, and it put in the connecting piece and the fittings to join the two together. But from above we can't see that, we just see this option. Now if we go over to medium mode, we can see that we're seeing the pipe in single line modes with all the symbols. It's only in fine mode do we get the actual proper pipe size. Now for some of you that like to work with standard display graphics, that's this one up here, thick or thin line. If we're using it in thick mode, you're not going to see other than a big blob to represent the pipe. Even when we zoom in, you're not really going to see anything. So it's probably best to use the thin lines for the display, and that way you can see the pipes a lot clearer, especially when they're so small to begin with. Okay, so the next part is sloped piping. When drawing pipes with a slope, it helps to identify the direction that drains to daylight. In other words, when we're working with the drains. The point in the system where it attaches to the exterior drainage system. Then start drawing the pipes from the topmost fixture in the system. Now if we look at this 3D plumbing, so over on this side would be the uppermost part, and then this part down here would be the lower part. So we start at this side and draw our pipes this way. When we draw our pipe, we then start to use these areas here for our control of the slope. So if we want to slope up or slope down, when it's off, this slope value is grayed out. When we choose one, we've got an option and we can choose what we wish. Now when we look at this particular pipe, you can see that was the direction that we chose, and that's how it's gone up. We had slope up and we went from the right to the left, which meant that it went upwards from the right to the left. Now if you wish to show the tooltips on this, when we've got it selected, it tells us the height at this end, the height at this end, and the degree of slope. But if we want some more information as we're placing it in situ, then use this show slope tooltip, and it will give us this information following our cursor. Doesn't matter whether you go in a different direction, it's based on the height above the ground floor level, or the floor level that you're working in. And untick that so it turns it off again. Now let's say for example you've got a pipe drawn something like this, and you need to draw a second pipe to follow it. This is where we use the creating parallel pipes. The parallel pipes tool helps you create piping runs that are parallel to an existing run. This can save time because only one run needs to be laid out, and the tool generates the parallel runs for you. The parallel pipes tool creates an exact duplicate of the selected pipe, including the system type. You can change the system type and properties before connecting other pipes into it. It might be easier to draw the parallel pipes directly from the fixtures so that the pipe takes on the correct system type. Also, you might have to modify connectors to get the pipe in the correct place. Parallel pipes can be created in plan, section, elevation and 3D views. So, how to create a parallel pipe. So, we've got this initial run. Then in the Systems tab that we are here, we just click on this Parallel Pipes. On doing so here, we've now got an option where however many we wish to have in the horizontal plane or the vertical plane, and then the distances that we wish to have them associated with these numbers. So if we want 2 in horizontal and 1 up, we're just going to have 2 pipes next to one another. If we have 2 vertical and 2 horizontal, we're going to end up with 4 pipes in the orientation that we've just indicated. And you've got obviously the offsets appropriate to whichever plane you're going to be working in. Now when you want to place your second pipe, you need to understand that it appears on the side based on the direction that you come from. So in this case, if we come from the top, it appears on the top shown as this dotted blue line. If we approach from the bottom, it will appear below the existing one, currently indicated by the dotted blue line. So you need to be mindful of this when you're placing your pipes in place, and all we need to do is go in and click, go in and click, go in and click. Now unfortunately it doesn't add in the fixtures. So once you've done this, you can use this method, which is a little bit long-winded. Or you can use the modify trim to corner, like that, which is far quicker and far easier.